Not that fast. Hello and welcome to what we're doing today. Oh yeah, Sepang we're doing. I am not continuing the championship though because after the last race I had 51 points, and clearly the AI was getting too easy at that point. So I will do the two remaining races. Well, one today and the next one I don't know when. But I'll just do them in single player instead, and I will up the difficulty because the championship, even if I did not score any points and the second place finished first, it will only give them. So there's not much point wasting time there, especially as it was, you know, the past couple of races have been rather easy even with ballast. Let's change that. In fact, I haven't deleted it yet. I'll just overwrite it. Time or something. So yeah, we're gonna stick with the Evo. AI difficulty already 95. Yeah, because we tried that last on the last stream. Damage, I'm gonna go limited. I multiply it 2. It's nearly 7 o'clock. I want to be out by 10, so let's make it 30 minutes. Hell, apparently. Have fuel usage on, of course, stay aware. And here, qualifying, we will do the same, 8 minutes. Race 1, so we will make that 90 minutes. Not standing start, we'll do rolling start. Cut track penalty, slow down, flag rules complete, mandatory pit stop, not necessary. If we do mandatory, it just means you're forced to change tires, which I'll probably change them anyway. I don't think I've tried not changing tires on any of them. Try to go 90 minutes with the same tires. That could be interesting. Additional lap on. Now we're gonna have that off because that's what we add on a race, and hopefully I'm not missing anything. Now where is Sepang? Right there. Grand Prix circuit. AI. We will use that one. I don't know if that's still the same as when I started the championship. Probably is. Shumei Takashi Kobayashi. 3-4. Yeah, we'll leave that. I'd imagine the GTRs and the Corvette will have a big advantage because of the two straights. But yeah. Oh, hold on. There is... Yeah, there was a car I wanted to add to this. The Callaway Corvette. Only because I saw a very similar car racing on Super GT recently. It is a Corvette GT3, it's not a Callaway one, but... the thing is, I don't use it. Probably that. Assenheimer. All those colors are kind of boring. That's very American, so I think for the Japanese kind of style thingy. That. I would add it. I would save it to the template. Actually, I will. Thing is, some tracks you can't fit 36 cars. Like in this track, you can only fit 37. But I'd rather have it there. And then when I get to a track that I can't use it, I'll just remove one driver or one car. Yes, I do want to overwrite. Fantastic. Hopefully that doesn't make my game crash now, because well, the crashing is not really the problem. It's the frame rate that is a problem. Right, we've got everything sort of ready. Having a glass of water there. I see this hitting badly. Really do. Because I don't really have anywhere else around me that I could. Yeah, the Euro start today. Now, actually. Germany, Scotland. Toshiro is going to go and watch it. I don't. I prefer playing Race Room than watching the Euro. In fact, I prefer to play most video games rather than watch. Not that I don't like football. I do like it, but 90 minutes with a lot of boredom often. It's cool when there are good matches, but you never really know until you're watching, and if it happens to be boring, man, it's whatever. I'll watch some throughout the championship, surely. I might even play some FIFA over the coming weeks. The EA Sports or EFC 24, whatever, since they put it on PlayStation Plus last month, I think it was. And they've added the Euro Championship, so I'll probably do that. I mean, or at least started. I haven't started racing, I'm already banging my against this stupid sharp metal thing. One day it's gonna go through the skin into my knee. That won't be great. Okay, so options. Good. I'm really interested to see how we're gonna compare with the rest. Now at AI 95, it's almost exciting. Alright, let's get on track straight away. 50 liters, yeah, whatever. This is a bit of a longer exit, so I should probably, yeah, enable the bit thingy. No, I don't think I've done this track with that driving line. So there are a couple of corners there that I'm gonna struggle with. We do have damage now, so it's only limited because I don't want to risk getting absolutely elected by one of these cars. Not to mention that I am the one more likely to crash into anybody. So yeah, these corners here I don't really have a clue. And that's clearly how you should not do them. Fourth gear I should be around there. For starters, I need a better line. Oh yeah, I do normally struggle with this corner, even with the racing line. So imagine without it. Oh, yes. The DTMs do break a bit later now. Well, I'd imagine the GT3s as well, but it was easier to notice on the DTM. No idea what the breaking point is. I will work on it. Second there, but I did have a rush of attacking. Corner, tricky. Maybe I need third gear there, maybe not actually. Oh shit. But at the moment I can just about keep up with the slowest car. Unless the Z4 is slower around there, I'm not too sure that will be the case. But maybe because of these two straights. We'll get a time lap, so which will give me good reference. 210. Literally only faster than him. A second slower than the next guy. Yeah, low speed, not accelerating. The Audi does not like that. It just spins. It's just almost as if the hot tires make the track become butter and it just slides. That's the right gear to be on there. But you better pass now if you want to pass, because braking zone coming up. Guess he doesn't. The Porsche behind is getting a bit confused. faster than me. As soon as we get to accelerate, Jesus. Well, where's the track? Here, apparently. In my dreams. Oh, it's actually gotten faster than me as well. Oh, I never noticed that before. So the limited damage removes suspension damage because it's grayed out. So okay, adds damage to everything else, but you can't get suspension damage. That's my guess. So you can get engine and whatever the other one is, which basically means power. You just end up losing power, I think. I could be completely wrong though. Well, I won't be completely wrong, but I will likely be partially wrong. I was in third gear. Oh, okay. Too much. Way too easy. Can't really see this corner. And apparently you can't see me. At least my tires are hot, but the problem is they're actually too hot. And there's the second slowest car, sorry, the third slowest car now, because I am the slowest. There's a bit of a party going on here. And I'm gonna hold them up. I just invited myself to their party. That's okay, right? I don't think you're supposed to see cars coming at you. I'll just go. The DTM almost struggles to overtake the Corvette. Not that quick. Even with the driving line, I would struggle to get the gears right there. Now I struggle with the gears and the line. That's interesting. I've never done that corner that well before. Replicating that is the problem, obviously. Definitely interesting. Great start. Fantastic. God damn it, this corner is really doing my head in now. The first time is the best I've done it, basically. Oh, they got that much on the inside. I don't think it was just because I was there. I think second gear was the gear there. Something happened with my... I'm gonna take every minute of the practice, because clearly it is needed. Hopefully by the end of the race I'll be driving a bit better. Or not. Why does it feel like the car doesn't stop there? Oh my god. they cut right inside. Okay. Can go around there, but where exactly are you gonna fit there? Yeah, I'm up it. Suppose it kind of fit. Oh no, I didn't go wide enough. Chaos. Has got pushed to pass, but it doesn't have the space. Oh shit. We're going to the pits as well to practice, because I don't believe I've ever been in the pits here. Oh, come on. Trying to do Billy Gonzalez corner. But I am not Speedy, not Gonzalez. Oh, that feels weird. It feels like the car is gonna go, but I guess that's how the AI kinda does it. Wasn't looking at the road. I was looking at the laptop. Same corners. Exactly the corners that I thought I was gonna have issues with anyway, and this one. Because I never really got used to them in race room. I haven't done much racing here. I think I've done one ranked race and some hot laps. No, 2 ranked races. On a TCR race here. And I did an F4 race here. Don't think I've ever been here with the GT3. So. slow as hell. Oh, I was in third gear again. I'll park it on the apex. Yellow flag because I was so slow, isn't it? Wait, what happened to the Porsche? Did we go off? Okay, so maybe the... Oh shit. Maybe the yellow flag wasn't for me. Didn't overtake when he had all the space in the world, and I let him to overtake. And then he overtakes where there's no space and crashes into me. Well done, AI. Hello. How you doing? Did you go into the pit? I did go. I need to go into the pit next lap, so at least I know where the pits are. And what it looks like. How's your evening going? Yep, again. I guess I just have to do it a lot slower. That's my problem every fucking lap. 30 minutes. It's not so much that it's hard, it's that I'm not really that familiar with it. I mean, I've known the track for years, but I haven't done much racing here in Race Room. There's a couple of corners that I just never remember what they are, and I always screw them up. These corners are a bit tricky to brake off camera. But they're not even where I've been having problems today. Yeah, GT2 here will be interesting. I've only driven a TCR here and an F4 before today, so a bit of a difference. And for some reason I keep exiting the last corner in freaking third gear, and I was meant to go to the pits there. Well, obviously I'm not paying attention anyway. I think I got like 2 clean laps in half an hour. Fucking hell, even now I was being super slow and still too fast. Second gear, that's alright, innit? And yeah, both times I've driven here before, I did have the racing line on. So obviously, trying to figure out braking points. Shit. This is about my 5th spin in half an hour. One of them wasn't my fault, but the rest of them were. Well, you've got the straights. That's why you've got 2 straights in this track, I guess. And when they designed the track, I think that's why they've put two straights this big here, because that's the only place people can overtake. So where is the pit entry for this? Not through here. Then all the way around here. What a waste of space. Okay, and the point is on there, and it's 60. Okay. But the pits are fantastic. Hitting them. Qualifying, I don't think I'll even get a clean lap, to be honest. Considering not had a clean 20 minutes. Fuel. Putting my gloves on. I regret doing so. I start. Well, I'll only regret it at the end of the race, when my skin is met. It means I only have time for one fast lap anyway, I think. At least the track is a bit brighter now. I still won't see shit. I actually thought I didn't turn enough there. I had already passed the corner, for fuck's sake. Definitely should not be in 6th gear there. Oh, this will be interesting. Taoka, easy, or whatever your name is. Will I go 1st gear there, by any chance? To be honest, I don't know what the hell I was doing on that side of the track. Tires, fantastic. think the AI is there on second gear. From what I got following the Porsche before. Impressive. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to set the time. And even if I do set the time, I was slowest in practice. So there is no hope in hell that I'm not gonna start from last. No chance. I guess that's slow enough, I suppose. Well, there's traction control kicking there, quite clearly. Yeah, you gotta get the correct line, which is why I'm struggling more than in most tracks, because I don't know the track. I don't... At least the last time I was driving here, I had the driving line, which makes a huge difference when you don't know where you're going. So even though, yeah, I know the track in my head, I've known it for over a decade, but not when you're driving it. But in braking points and in the speeds that you're going and whatever. Let's go, let's go. Even through here, I don't know where exactly I should be. Probably on the inside, I'm guessing. But if I'm on the outside, I carry more speed, so I don't really know. You don't have to touch me, for fuck's sake. There I should be on the outside. Why at the angle to turn? And that's the reason why I crashed the previous lap there as well. I'm just in completely wrong side of the track. I think most of the corners there is you need to go really wide, really. But then there's a couple of them I don't actually see the edge of the track. And by the time I realize where I am, I'm too fast or already off the track. And this guy comes out of the pits and crashes it straight away. Always nice. Not that I have enough fuel to finish the lap anyway. More or less where I should be. And even then I still go wide. This one I always gotta start wide to have space here. Which I only found out today. Obviously there I was already out of shape. Anyway. Jesus, how did that guy do a 233 in 8 minutes? I suppose at least he got a clean twice ahead of me. Damn. I've seen quite a few crashes on online races here when I'm watching sometimes on Twitch. It's a chaos fest. It's a spinning left, rights into back of everybody else. Which, yeah, I mean, I spin by myself. So imagine if there were other drivers there. Garage. I don't know why I have to skip session because it's already finished. But anyway. Right, let's get some fuel. Full as usual. Easiest static ever. And then let's try to overtake 20 cars. Not a chance in hell. Get a few of these with a bit of luck. If I can do clean laps. If I can stop spinning. If I keep spinning, then there's no hope. Last place, easy. Because in practice, I couldn't even keep up with the slowest guys. So I've done, what, 40 minutes an hour on the track, and I've barely improved. I don't save replays. I don't have space on my hard drive to save replays. Oh, the replay of your accident. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can send it. I'll check it after. Or I'll check it now if you've got it there. Otherwise, I'm going to start it right. Where did you post it? You can't post links here. Yeah, no, I've got it blocked, courtesy of bots and people spamming dumb shit. I don't know if you can send me DMs on this. Have it blocked. I did have it open for people of the same server. The problem is all the spams as well on Discord. That was the problem. My nick is the same everywhere, Stony. Yeah, Stone MC. Same as here. My name is the same everywhere. Apart from Facebook. Because some moron, annoying little shit in attacking my username. Account that's not even active. So I created the Stony MC on Facebook, which I haven't even used in a few months. Because I used to just get a video there. But because I haven't really been making What did I need? I haven't. I mean, shit happens. Not break yourself a little bit. That's not the worst I've seen. Boom. It's his fault for having a black car without any sponsors. So, tough. Yeah, I got Tapley on his way. I don't know if he's got any damage though. That's the problem. Because he might have had some suspension damage there. Yeah, wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was literally a little touch, but obviously as he's turning, and that corner's got quite some camber as well, so it's any touch that is going to send you into a spin. I think the people behind you actually got more affected than he did. They lost more time than he did. So, yeah. He crashed 2 laps later. Oops. I need every little bit of GPU that I've got. And... well, yeah, but you should get affected. You're the one who did the touch anyway. But the Porsche behind you, that couldn't go anywhere, lost time behind all of you. He was the real loser there. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm having a bit of problem with the AI now at 95 because they are faster than me on a straight, unless I get a slipstream and I don't screw up my gears. And I always screw up my gears. Anyway. So let's go. This is going to be a painful race, potentially. Well, if I keep fighting with them, I'm happy. I just don't want to be left behind. And then I'm driving around by myself. That's not fun. It's the only worry. And this car should not be here. I don't know how he got that time. That car is way too fast to be here. Again, we'll see. And again, the Ferrari is here as well, so God knows what happened in qualifying. Just, I'm pretty sure it's the DTMs. They don't get clean laps because of the DTMs, and it's only an 80-minute session. It's alright, I'm always rusty. I can play every day and I'm still rusty. Mori, what are you doing? Well, I've gained 10 places. I'm gonna lose them all now. The lovely AI on the first corner. I'm gonna give all the places back. They need not worry. Hey, don't hit me. Ooh, I'm getting some frame drops here. Perhaps I have one too many cars. Oh, shit. There we go. So I did say I was going to give the places back. I only needed 3 corners. So, yeah, this is definitely starting well. surprisingly, I got no damage there. I've got limited damage on. But, I don't see. Maybe there's a tiny bit of red there at the top. Let me see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The R8 is so easy to lose in these corners. So easy. I really need to try the Porsche. I've been saying that for a few weeks now. Mitsugaki fastest lap. Where a surprise. Well, they're still in a pack at the front fighting. I still have a chance of at least catching up to that pack. But once they spread out and we get the DTMs lapping, I am free. Guess I need to brake more. Also, when the tires start to go and the car gets lighter with the fuel, I don't have much hope of holding this car in a straight line. This is called payback, so move out the way. Apparently I'm faster than the Ferrari. Okay. Which one is faster, the GTR or the Ford? The GTR initially, but then the Ford. Interesting. It's a lot easier to do these corners with the cars in front of you, as I know where to brake. Oh shit. That's how I've managed not to spin in the past few corners. I was already losing it there. This car is way too easy to lose. Yeah, that was a bit ambitious, wasn't it? Don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to try and sneak somewhere in here. There we go. The AI goes into protective mode. So. Happy days. Be careful here, so easy to lose it. Oh, he's making up spots. He started in front of me in 20th. He's already back here, but he's fairly good in the corners and he's got top speed. So he should be We'll keep moving forward. Should be passing all these guys. Oh shit. Especially when I screw up the gears. He was getting a lot of... I blocked him basically in a way. No, I didn't block him, but the AI sees that as... Don't make a move. This is not smart. Yeah. As well stay off the track, otherwise it's gonna be a crash. And chances are I'll be the one spinning. Damn. That was a love tap. Oi. Yeah, I don't really have the speed on it. Inside. Shit. The hell is that Z4 doing here? I think that's what, 2 laps without the spin? Can I go around the outside? Not really. Don't even try to pull away. Bloody hell, even the Z4. The saving grace is the AI at 95, it's still a bit shit on braking. So... it's my savior. Pretty sure they were being faster than this in practice. On the inside, aren't you? Go back to last. Not quite. I do have 30 tires. Now we go back to last. Hey, don't crash into me. Come on, I told you not to crash into me. You're not listening. Oh, maybe I forgot to connect the radio to you. Oh well. Still no damage, so I don't know what limited damage is doing. I'm sure I'll have some before the end of the race. Okay, I can't control the car. There's something is not right here. Let's go for overtake Ferrari again. For the 3rd time? Maybe stretched it a little bit. That. I mean, that would have been fine if I was going into the pits. I had a wee little spin, followed by a second spin. Nothing exciting. Just, you know, warming up the tires and stuff. Because this is Malaysia. It's quite cold there. As you can see, that's snow clouds. I turned too early. That means I've got no speed now. Ooh, the DTMs are here already. That's bad news. Actually, no, that's maybe good news, except I always spin the car. That's where I spin the car. Or spun the car, rather. It's that corner, and it's just... And then, yes, as far as the other R8 is concerned. Corner as well. Did you lose time behind me? Oh, poor you. You don't all fit. I'm just saying, you don't all fit. Okay. The two of you want to stay behind me and let everyone else pass you? That's fine by me as well. That's totally cool. Trying to stay out the way. I'm trying. Not very well, but when I've got cars on all sides, it becomes a bit tricky. Question is, where's the Ferrari? Oh. I guess the Ferrari lost a lot of space. Time. Oh yeah, this corner again. Hey. I need a warning before that corner. And this one, as the tires start to wear, will also become a spinning spot. Oh, okay. That looks a bit crowded on there. Are they still on the first lap or something? Looking, huh? My computer is struggling, but... yeah, this is gonna happen a lot. The R8 is definitely not the car to drive around there. Right, it's only 15 minutes gone so far. But many more spins to go. Isn't this guy... I think there's a Malaysian driver on the grid, but I don't know which one it is. See if I can do a few corners without spinning. Let's try. Or I enter the corners slow, because if I enter at speed and I have to lift or brake, the rear just goes. So I need to enter at a speed that I can't touch the throttle with the grip. Now that's a bit of a problem for a noob like me. Really? Oh well. It's actually better to do corners badly like that than, you know, just spinning, but yeah. Can't really do either properly. See traffic. Can I get to them before I spin again? The answer is no. I cannot get to them before I spin again. Can we try not to finish last at least? Pit line. Nah, I need to do this. I mean, next race will be Twin Ring Montegi. That will be next time. That should be a bit better, although there are also a few corners there that I'm not used to. And that one I've actually driven a lot less than I've driven here. But I probably know this track. Yeah, I think I probably know this track better than I know that one. But this is all good practice. That's what I'm here for. It's the way to learn. Learn car control with the R8. Go to tracks where the car doesn't like to hold the rear where it's supposed to be, which is at the rear. Can't get any better than that. Oh shit. Yeah, I do like Motegi as well. Very much so. I like Sepang too. I just can't drive it, especially with this car. Okay, all these corners are not good for the default setup of the Audi. Because the rear wants to overtake the front. That's never a good thing. Got a tiptoe, kind of like that, which I'm not good at tiptoeing. I like it, but I haven't really driven anything there. Well, I mean, apart from when the day the track was released, I did a stream driving all sorts of trucks. I did drive trucks actually there as well. Well, I drove everything there, and yeah, it's a pretty good track for anything up to a TCR. I would say anything faster than a TCR, unless it's a Formula car, like an F3. I don't think you want it there. And I was so distracted there. At least I made the corner. But yeah, it's cool. I prefer POW than maybe than Macau. At least from experience, I was doing better at POW than I've done at Macau, even after 3+ hours at Macau. So definitely. But if I try like a GT3 there, I think, in my opinion, it's too fast for that track. Especially with those hairpins. And the rest of the track isn't that suited for it either. But again, that's my opinion. Oh shit, track. Yeah. I have to enter this slow. This is way too slow. But at least I don't spin. Maybe that's the way I should do it. Every lap. White flag. Wait, what's a white flag? I need to go check the rules. Well, I've caught up to some traffic again. Yay! Hello, Yokomizo. This is what, the 4th time I'm gonna overtake you, or is it the 5th already? This was not legal, definitely. Bollinger is making spots around this track with that Ford. I don't know what the hell is going on with the AI. I know he's got top speed, but he's overtaking here in the corners and pulling away. And again, Odell is one of the worst AI in this setup for some reason. But still, quite impressed. That's okay, you can pass. I did crash into you anyway, so it's only fair. Plus, I'm just trying not to spin. That freaking Ford is pulling away. Oops. Bad idea. This is how I'm supposed to do it. Nice and slow. Perhaps. Second gear it is. Why are you moving on a straight? Oh, too late, too late, too late. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I won't get the slipstream off him though. Not even close. And I fucked up the gear as well. did I have to turn so early? That noise is really nice though. Too quick though. But not on the corner. And now he puts the power down and there he goes. Oh no, okay. Thank you. I'll take it. I might give it back here on my usual spinning spot. I don't like it, but at least I survived that corner if I'm that slow. Super slow through there. Better to the AI for some. Variable line. And I survived another lap. Hurting already. Should really try to take that corner a bit wider. Maybe we'll carry more speed through the corner. My turning is not great. Just pouring it lightly. Maybe enter in 4th gear and in between the corners change to 3rd. And this one I should probably try 1st gear. Just to see. That's probably what I should be. Kataoka fastest lap with the Merc. With the anime Merc. Getting slipstream off somebody, I suspect. Oh, actually, I wanted to add Jan Maddenbro as well, and I forgot. But it's a good thing that I didn't, because there was some part said that my CPU was already struggling with the 36 cars. Hey, I did it to a 7, which is slow, but it's fast for my standards. Wasn't it a 209 the fastest I did in practice? And to be honest, it was like the only clean lap. 1 out of 2 slow laps or so. But I don't want to block you. No, it's just the car is going away. I did press to change gear. Oh, Yamauchi. My fault, really. He was clearly in front of me, but I thought I could make it without losing too much speed. I was a moron. I wonder how we spun though. I'm pretty sure the DTMs will have something to do with it, but we'll be wrong. They do sometimes spin by themselves. In fact, I've seen the GTR spin by themselves quite a few times. But that was the case there. The wonders of traffic. I started watching today the 7 hours of Nürburgring, actually. I think I'm 2 hours in. I've just gone past the point where Sheldon van der Linde had that little issue on the overtake, the little issue that put him off the race, basically. Maybe 20 minutes after that or something. That's what, 2 hours in, something like that. I'll try and watch a bit more later tonight, but I don't think I'll have it finished before the 24 hours of Le Mans tomorrow. Did you enjoy the 16 hours of fog? That must have been really interesting. I was so annoyed at it. Oh, I was not annoyed. I had a great time that Saturday. It's just that I missed all the good racing live. But it's fine. I'm watching it now on YouTube. It doesn't really matter. But yeah. Guys, can you stop freaking... Leave me alone. I'm being bullied. And I nearly bullied them. Can you guys go? I want to relax a little bit. Thought he was going, he was not going. He showed like, it looked like he was going to go in the mirror, but it didn't. Oh, Kobayashi is next, okay. I guess somebody's put him in his place. Well, I was going to try first gear there, but I went too wide and I forgot anyway. Wants to slide, wants to go, wants to fucking go. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. In Spain, at least. I don't know, I'm not overly critical of the AI, apart, well, except when we had changed the tire physics in December. Yeah, the AI was pretty awful for a while. You'll spin every now and then. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I see some crashes in real life a lot worse than that, so I'm like, not really that bothered. Thanks for good entertainment. A few right in front. I can just keep this clean. Very unlikely, but I could gain positions. In fact, with the AI 95, I reckon you just need to go. You just need to be safe. You don't actually need to try and break any records in any of these corners. Because they're so slow on the braking that you can catch time. Now, if you spin all the time like me, then yes, that's a problem. But even here, going wide like that, you still gain time on the AI. So maybe in a few months I can stretch it to AI 96. That was bad. That was really bad. 52 minutes. Not sure if that was better, but I gained time, that's what matters. Hello Mori, we meet again. The last time I saw you in this corner was, I think, on the first lap. You were definitely a lot slower then, because you were rather stationary. Now down there is the Corvette that I added. Okay, it's not doing as well as I thought it was gonna do. That Corvette should be faster on there. The Callaway. Oops, wrong gear. Are you taking part in the Nürburgring race tomorrow? The AI is faster than me, but I just gotta let them go. Because if I try to keep up with them, I'm just gonna spin. Lose corners. The AI, well, it was... They are harder now. They're on 95 rather than 93, so that's why they're a bit more aggressive. And with that, from what I've seen, seems to come more mistakes from them. And also from some of the posts that I read in Discord, when people say about the AI doing silly stuff. So maybe, yeah, being more aggressive, in a way, kind of makes sense. More likely to make mistakes, but obviously it's AI, it's code, it's not people driving it. Short shifted, do not damage. Still faster. Okay. I'll take the inside, thank you very much. And then I'll just outbrake myself and wait for you down there. Maybe not. Oh, I'm getting frame rate dropped. There's more people on track in this little bit than my computer can handle. I really wish I had a much, powerful PC that I could have 100 cars on track. I wouldn't do it with every class, but I will definitely have more cars. And obviously some tracks you can't, like this track, the limit was 37 anyway, wasn't it? So, but the Nürburgring especially, and I think Mount Panorama, I struggle. I can't hit the limit there either. Maybe I can hit the limit with GT3 cars. Yeah, if they're all one class, maybe I'm okay. But not if I had multi-class. That's really where the performance comes in. And obviously here I'm streaming, so those little frames that I've been dropping, I might not drop them if I'm just playing alone. Because that's normally the case. Single class over 30 cars, I don't really have a problem when you add streaming to it. Just a couple of tracks that it really struggles. And this is not supposed to be one of them. I do like the colors of this Corvette. Now, full disclaimer, I do like Corvettes in pretty much any color. Black and yellow, obviously their colors, perfect. Black, pretty good. A little bit of orange there is also pretty good. I mean, orange is close enough to yellow, right? That's probably where the link comes from. Look at that. Beautiful. There are cars pitting. Oh, the DTMs. I guess I should pit soon as well. Not sure what I'm gonna do with tires. I think I should change tires because my front tires are actually taking quite a beating in this track. There's a lot of high-speed corners putting a lot of not pressure, I don't have the right word. Putting a lot of load on the tires, yeah, that's the correct word. I call the risk not changing tires. I am quite interested in seeing the result of that. That was a perfect chance to go into first gear. Oops. No, you're not passing. Don't even think about it. As I spin, we nearly started it. Yeah, should be. I might try it. Ah, okay. I managed to do it without crashing or going off the track. Thank God for these straights. Hello, Gavin. How you doing? I'm coming up to you. What do you mean I'm not pushing that hard? If I push any harder, I spin. This is a new line. Just go, you're gonna get in my way over here. Held it. Hey. But I lost a lot of time to Gavin. Well, I need to get fuel at some point. But yeah, if I'm not changing tires, it doesn't matter that much because of the balance between the new tires and the older tires. So yeah, there's not exactly a rush to get into the pit. Give me slipstream. Now wait for me. You're too fast, Kubica. Wait for me. That's rude. To be fair, I actually got more slipstream out of him than I thought I would. Okay, Kubica, you can go away now. You're getting in my way. Not very obedient, is he? Feel free to hold Gavin up. Ooh, they had a little touch there. Kubica is struggling to overtake. That car is quick, but yeah. I don't think he's got any success ballast. This is too wide. Too early. God. How many mistakes can I make in that short amount of time? I think he had something interesting going on there on the exit of the corner. If that was spin or whatever. Looked weird. Okay. It's an interesting way of doing that corner for me. I hadn't tried that line before. I guess I'll just take the middle line. Okay, you still go on the inside. Alright, interesting. Fine, I'll just come over here. Kinda worked. I always screw up my turning angle. Being everywhere. Every track. Yeah, I'm not defending this one. Are you gonna take it? I think for them to go for that move, maybe AI 98. Yeah, they get themselves in a position, but because they still brake so early at 95, they don't really go for the move. Will he go here? Definitely got the overlap and the speed, but no, see? Would totally have gone for it. Of course, if I put the AI any higher, then I am even more screwed. I might as well stay in third gear then. There's nowhere for you to go. That's more like it. Yeah, I'm really gonna start filling the tires now, ain't I? Good practice. It'll be good practice. Good experience, rather. Oh yeah, you weren't here at the beginning. This isn't really part of the season anymore. That's why I've got higher AI than I had on the previous races. Because after the last race, I had advantage 51 points. Oh shit. So even if I didn't finish the last two races and the second AI won both races, will still only be 50 points. So I'm still doing those last two tracks, which is this one, Sepang and Twin Ring Motegi, but I'm doing them just in a single race with a higher difficulty AI. Otherwise I wouldn't be 6. If it was still AI 92, I wouldn't be here. Pretty sure. I mean, if I'm here with all these screw-ups and the higher AI, imagine if the AI was even weaker. I'd imagine it would have been the same as the previous races. If I could change the difficulty halfway through, then yeah, I would have done the last two races from there. But since we can't, I might as well just do them in single player and have a bit more of a challenge. And as we can see, it's working out that way. Not sure I'll be able to overtake him. Also, has he pitted yet or no? gonna overtake him here, and then he's gonna overtake me. Messed up the line again. Yep, big time. Up speed again. I'll defend. Damn it, exit of that corner. Not sure how I held that position, but I'll lose it now. Little tap, that's fine. Too wide again. Where's the pit? Oh shit. Better not risk getting a penalty. Here I can turn without spinning. Fantastic. Was a slightly better stop than I've been doing in the past couple of races. Lost a bit of time there. The GT3 and the DTM. I think my risky fuel has been putting too much fuel in the past 3 races, and I think it's done it again today. See if I remember to check how much I have left at the end. Don't have that grip anymore on the front left. First gear definitely better. If you change in the right place. Bollocks. The question is, will the AI around me get new tires and have more grip than me at the end of the race? I think it's safe to assume that they probably will. Nearly went round again. Really struggling with the right-handers. Thirty minutes to go. Losing time to him. That's not good. Yep, losing a lot of time to him. So much time there. Little love tap over there. No, I do love anime, so you know, have to show it somehow. What? Go. Pull away. Are those... Yeah, those are GT3 cars. Yeah, by catching them with these tires. It'll require some half-decent driving. Change to first gear too early. Give me slipstream! Wow, I did a 206 with those tires. It does require too much concentration though. Sorry Ferrari, I think that's the second time I crash into you. And in the same corner. Talk about people not learning their lesson, eh? Too far to go for it, probably. Shit. This is where I'm much slower than them. Because I can't put the power down. Damn it. Why they can. Trying to get used to the tires, having less grip, but yeah, was doing okay up until that point. I'm at what, no grip at all. The Mercedes is definitely faster than these guys. Did the Mercedes maybe pit and now is catching up these guys? And I'm just kind of getting in a way because I don't let him pass, nor do I overtake them. Well, I did overtake them technically. That is probably one of the worst crashes I've done in recent weeks. And it's the Ferrari again. That was really bad. That was awful. I'm quite disappointed with myself on that one. The track. Yeah, I know. I feel sorry for him. Oh, too much, too much. is literally my punching bag this race. Go a bit wider there. I was hoping to get some spots when the AI went to the pits, but I don't see that happening. Got Yokomitsu again in front of me, the blue Ferrari that I've overtaken, I don't know, lost count at this point. Way too early. Had time to make a coffee in the braking zone. Where's the track? Oh, there we go. There it is. Well, I'm not catching anybody like that. See, he's past them. He's past them with no problem. So I think he's pitted. He's on fresh tires or something. Because he's way faster than the other AI. And I can't pull away from him. Despite, I mean, I am obviously screwing up just about every corner at the moment. Oh, fuck. I was trying to look at the map and the pit, see if there was any AI in there. No. I'm screwed. When I'm going what? The pits? I've already pitted. Oh, you mean where? Oh, I don't know where I'm going. I'm making my own track. I don't know when was the last time that Sepang had the redesign. It was probably for MotoGP the last time they did that. So now I'm making up new parts of the track. Seconds away from Yokomitsu, that's not happening. Not with this kind of driver and these tires. I'm struggling to stay concentrated at this point. Oh yeah, and there's these guys. Hey, no need to touch me. Bloody hell. Harassment. Here's Sheldon van der Linde. Doing a lot healthier than the last time I saw him today. I'm leaving you space. There's not the space you want, but... He had left and right, but he had to choose behind me. I'm not giving you space here. Oh, well, apparently I am. Because I don't have tires to hold anymore. Where do you want to go? You want to go on the inside, I suspect, no? You don't? Okay. Well, I'll take it. Well, yeah, compared to how I started in practice, that I was spinning in every lap and going off, but that's the thing, it's practice. And knowing which corners like this one, that I cannot push at all, because the car is going to go. So, learning the track, learning limits of the car, and most importantly, my limits, and then you just keep improving. But that left front tire is going to trouble me a little bit in these last 15 minutes, I think. Doing right-handers is becoming harder and harder. At least we've got a nice position so far. Today is Friday and we are in 13th. It's quite nice. Some people might disagree, but you know. I think the time I gained on them was actually just due to traffic. Becoming a bit airy now. The good thing is your Komizu is losing more time. As we know, they lose even more time getting overtaken than I do, normally speaking. So I went from being 12 seconds behind him to 8. But still. Yellow flag somewhere, and it's not me causing it. Hello, Blue Ferrari. How you doing? That was a DTM. That explains how I was gaining so much time on the Blue Ferrari. There's Yamauchi. Yamauchi-san. Yeah, let's try not to be a hero. Lose it here. I have the speed on a GTR somehow. Stop weaving, that's a penalty. Okay. Did gain a couple of positions in the end. Courtesy of the DTMs. Not sure I can keep the position from Yamauchi, but we'll see. He's probably going to be faster than me through the rest of the track. It's not that fast here. SLS was definitely faster here. Takaoka guy. Or Kataoka. Got the right letters, just the wrong order. You there. Oops. Sorry. I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go. This is the guy that spun. It was definitely a black DTM. Considering he's getting stuck behind me instead of taking the racing line, it was probably him. Shit. Damn it. I have no front tire. Bitman, can I borrow one of your tires? As long as he doesn't give me the tire that he had smoking in DTM last week, I'll be fine. You bastards! Not here. This is the worst place for me. Yellow flag again. Somebody else crashed. And it was Mori. So that's another position that I get. But again, I'm pretty sure he didn't spin by himself. The DTMs are causing carnage. And there's still yellow flag. Oh, okay, the game has decided to give me positions for free. Alright. Alma got spun around somehow. What the hell is going on here? The DTMs have become maybe a little too aggressive. I did notice when they were also hitting me in practice and that. They definitely got a bit more aggressive. You'd think that it would balance itself out. Because then the GT3s, oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Would also get more aggressive if everyone got the AI upped. Well, that makes more sense. Oh well, there goes the top 10. I'm back with Kataoka again. Nah, you don't. That's my fault for not braking myself. I wasn't really paying attention to the corner. I was paying attention to what I was saying, barely. Let alone the corner. Go. And he's all over me. Because I think he's got better tires than I do. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm here again, blue Ferrari. I really don't know how many times I've overtaken you. Haha. He did a spin as well. And I had nothing to do with it, I'm sure. I can still make it to 10. I'd like to know what strategy the AI used. Really am curious on that. Unless they all pitted around the 50, 45 on the clock, or 50 to 40 thereabouts. Wow, even he did the corner faster than me. They never do that corner faster than me. Well, not never anymore, I suppose. Frame rate taking a bit of a hit. I need a better line through there somehow. I haven't figured it out. Apparently I need one through here as well. Little door banging. Never hurt anybody. Really struggling to turn. Really. Mercedes, okay, they can fight amongst themselves, hopefully. Well, I'll try to chase down the Godzillas. Not with corners like that, I won't go very far. Oh, I'm getting tired. This track is a bit of hard work. Cut the corner? Oh, I didn't. Hey. Power. Was better, but I think I only did that because I was following him. You gotta change gear under braking, or not on the throttle, not when I'm accelerating. I mean, first gear, that is. I do want to go there, but I don't have the tires. Go right. get him down there. He might get me back though, but... Yeah, there he is. Big fat ass. Break to it. One minute to go. Is this the final lap? Probably not. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm back to my old line through there. Coming for you. I think. This is the final lap. No, this will be the final lap. Also, did I just go from 7th to 5th? Is that what happened? I try not to ban it on a final lap. Oh, I've got no tires. It's flashing to orange. Oh god. It's definitely an interesting experience. I was looking at what appeared on screen. I messed up this score now because of it. Not that it makes a difference. It's not like I was gonna make 5 seconds around here. Brake. Have a grip around there. Right-handed. Too early. I think that corner can, or maybe should actually be done in first gear as well. Well, definitely had to work harder for that one. God damn, I'm knackered. I did have a glass of water here. I never touched it during the race. Not even on the straights, because Things were a bit hairier on there. The fastest lap at 2:06.776 somehow. The AI didn't really get close to that at any point. Craig Cassidy on a McLaren did it 2:07. That is a fast time for that car. And Enga. Wait, hold on. Where's that? Gavin guy. Is it Enga that during the race was appearing as Gavin? Chandler, Kevin Mekang, Odell, Cassidy says Anna, Fon, Kobayashi, Morika, Mama. Yeah, it was. I think, like I said, I think it gets potentially worse with the higher the difficulty with the AI. Potentially. But it could also be the track. Some of those corners, they're not easy to overtake for the DTMs. Most of the crashes there, the accidents there were caused by the DTMs. Well, except the ones that I caused. Oh, there's a car stopped in the middle of the track. Run out of fuel much? Okay, whatever happened there. Retirees, nobody retired. Everyone did 46 laps and we did 43 laps. Yeah, I just think those fast corners when the DTMs are overtaking, it's so easy to win the cars. The back straight though, that weird weaving before braking or up between halfway through the straight and braking zone, that is a bit weird. But I'm not sure I can be bothered to report that. Which obviously, if you don't report it, it doesn't get fixed. No. So I'm a little tired. I'll think about it during the weekend, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Gavin, so the guy that started at the end, which actually wasn't, which was Enger, but when we got to the race, it appeared as Gavin. Because Gavin is pretty sure is one of the names of that Chevrolet. But the game confused their names in the race. Or it's Ong and is be putting Eng, because I've always been confused about that Eng on the previous races that we did. When I was doing the championship. Because I didn't remember if it was an Eng that I had chosen or it was, but let's check here. So here should be whatever the hell it is, because I don't see. I am half blind when I'm looking for something. Frederick, where is that car? Ah, right. Yes. Because it's a two driver. Now that explains everything. It's Thomas Enge and Oliver Gavin. I never noticed that before. So it shows us one on track and a different one on the list. I have used some of these ones here before from GT Masters. And they all have two drivers. I've used one with Kevin Estre and a couple of others, but I never noticed the difference in a race. I've learned something today. Today has been a productive day. Well, I remember the first time I saw them when I was making my team plates or choosing drivers for the races. And I did wonder, it was like, okay, it makes sense that you've got both names because those cars were run at the Nürburgring or on the ADAC, whatever, as two-driver lineup. But you obviously only have one car in a race. And it's not like it does driver changes, even the AI. So I always found it a bit odd. That's how they work that out. Maybe they should just keep one name. But I guess in a way to make it fair, you put one name in one side, and you put one name in one part and another name elsewhere. So it does make it fair. Except when Gavin crashes the car, Enga gets the penalty. Because he's only Enga on the list, right? Of course, the AI doesn't get penalties, but maybe one day. All these ones have... all of them have two names. In fact, there is a class where I've got a name. I don't know. It might be prototypes or something else. That's two names. No, it won't be prototypes. Maybe some other classic car or whatever. And I only chose because one of the names there is a name that I like, but then... Yeah, but that wasn't the name that would appear on a race. But even then, I didn't notice that the standings and the actual race changed names. Maybe worth looking at. Next time I come across it when I remember it. Right, so that was fun. So AI95 is fun. But as I get used to the track, you can argue that it's still easy. If it was on an easier track, that would have been quite straightforward. If I had changed tires, especially if I had changed all 4 tires, I will be quite faster as well towards the end of the race. If I had changed just the front tires, I think I'll be doing a lot more spins because of the balance. Especially as we've seen on previous races when I did that. Maybe take it easy for 4 or 5 laps, maybe the balance will come back to me then, so I suppose I could do that. That's what I did in the last 2 races, I think. But yeah, so... Yeah, in big tracks like that, looks like AI95 is still pretty reasonable. Just not sure about the AI, but the actual crashes and whatever. But we'll see on the next race. I'll probably still use 95 again at Twin Ring Montegi. Maybe try 96 for the sake of it. And that's going to be next week probably. I don't think I'll stream during the week because during the weekend, because we've got. I think I'll be watching Le Mans for the most part. I think it starts tomorrow with Frio. Istanbul will be nice to have. I like the track. I raced it for the first time not 30 years ago, but close to it. One of the old F1 games. I think that's the first time I came across it, I'm pretty sure. Was it F1 98 maybe or something? And then in F1 22, it was there as one of the options because of what had happened during COVID. They ended up racing there. And I was actually very happy that F1 went there and that F1 went to Portimao as well. That actually made it for a very good season. Just the tracks alone made it a more interesting season, but the racing was pretty good at those tracks. And maybe it was the last decent season that we actually had, and we needed COVID for that. So that was weird. Obviously, with not having fans in a crowd and whatever, that wasn't so nice. But yeah, F1 have been... The last 2 seasons after that, or the 2 seasons after that, have been quite boring. Mugello will be nice as well. I don't think I've driven Mugello in any racetrack, in any game. There's quite a few others that I would like. Le Mans, obviously. I wish we bloody had Le Mans. That would be so nice. That will be one of the tracks that a lot of people will be racing on. Remember when I was playing Gran Turismo, it was Le Mans and Nürburgring. That was it. And then we'd have Spa, Monza, and you know the usual ones. So that would be really nice. Kyalami, I like Kyalami in the game because I've never driven Kyalami either, and it looks like a really nice track. I think that could be a lot of fun. There's so many others. Like from Portugal alone, I would like to have Israel as well. There's a, what is it? Valencia in Spain that we don't have in the game as well. That looks like a really nice track. I watched some racing there during the winter in the GT Winter Series, and I was quite impressed actually. We have new stuff going on this week. Up to the board. No, go back. But I haven't said any times in the competition, so well. I was nearly registering for tomorrow's 2.4 hour Nürburgring. But like, no, I want to be watching Le Mans at the time of the day. I could take the M2 and maybe survive. Maybe survive the race. It's a big maybe, but it's probably best if I stay away from that. So where do we go here? DTM at Imola. Jesus. Driving those monsters at Imola. Not for me. I mean, I can do it in single player just for fun, but there's no way I'm going online. 7 people in the lobby. Still 10 minutes to go. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't know if they had done... was it Nürburgring last week or the week before? I think it was the week before. So maybe they could have done it last week. Maybe it would have been better. But hey, it is what it is. TC... Oh yeah, we've got TCRs back on a schedule for this week. Where are they? Oh. Sepang. Oh, god damn it. That's the last time I had driven at Sepang before today was with a TCR. I don't know if I'll do any racing this week. I went back to The Witcher 3 yesterday and the day before to start the Blood and Wine expansion. And I actually loved the beginning, so yeah, I definitely want to play that. So I'm not sure I'll bother to do any ranked. But I do like the schedule this week. Actually, it's very interesting. And the feature races, was it GT4s and GTs at the Nürburgring GP? That does sound very interesting, but I'm not sure I'll do any of them. 7:55. I don't even know what time I do there. Definitely not 7:55. I can tell you that much. What have we got? I can try competitions. Yeah, it is competition. That could be interesting as well, especially because it's a fixed setup, which is something that I should really focus on. Like if I really wanted to get into ranked and doing competitions, this is really the stuff that I should get into. That's what I used to do in Gran Turismo as well. Sometimes we will hold races with just default setup, no tuning cars and whatever. And this was before you actually have the option in GT5 and GT6. And that's always the ones that I focused on, because then at least I knew I was in somewhat equal footing with people faster than me that knew how to tune cars. So I was a little bit closer in those races. But on open setup, you could really see the difference. Because I can't tune for shit. But either way, what's the leaderboard on this? Yeah, I don't know. George has been teasing for a while, but maybe it's his job to be teasing. I'm not expecting anything. Again, I don't have any complaints about the graphics, really. Especially considering I'm already running at the highest that I can before my computer goes up in smoke. So for me to run anything higher, I will have to reduce the amount of AI, amount of shadows on the track and visible cars. And I already see some popping. Like on these races with a lot of cars, I already get popping because I only allow, I think, 15 cars to show at any given time. So I'm not really bothered. If it comes, great, and hopefully the performance is good. If it doesn't, I'm not too bothered. I don't think that is going to bring people to the game either. That's the thing that I'm like, how is that really going to help? Hopefully it does. Because Because I don't actually think there's that many people that don't play Race Room just because of the graphics. Most of the people that I see that don't play Race Room and do say they like Race Room, and I believe that they do, they're either a lot into Assetto Corsa or they're a lot into iRacing. Because we don't have the player base for them to compete, to feel competitive and have races with not necessarily full lobbies, but at least decent amount of players in lobbies. So I don't think graphics will bring them back, even if we look like ACC. But obviously, an improvement in graphics is very welcome. Tracks start looking a lot like Portimao. Yeah, I'm be happy with that. The graphics of the vehicles themselves, I don't really see a problem in them. But again, I play PS3 games and older, so graphics has never been a big thing for me. All right, let's. But everyone here is doing. Oh, Enzo Filippo did an 855. Colin an 856. I will do at best a 9-minute 20. I think that's probably the best that I can aim at. I have done 923. When the content got released and we had the event lobby going on, I managed to do 923. I think I even did a 922. Yeah, I did a high 922, I'm sure. That was I mean, I was playing that for 3 days with people in a lobby. And there was a lucky lap as well. Which car was I using? Do I remember? Whoosh? No, it wasn't whoosh. It was definitely not that. Great, I don't even remember what car I was using. Not that it matters. Was it the black and yellow? Or that one? I think it was that one. Yeah, I think it was that one, because that was the brown GP colors. I remember looking at it and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, we'll go back with that. Auto mod. Well, I think my computer nearly crashed there. The auto mod doesn't like fucking, apparently. I do have a few words for it to be. Yeah, the dashboards, again, I don't care. That was like the first thing I remember people making jokes about when I joined Discord. All those 7 or 8 months ago. And I was like, I think the dashboards look fine. At the time, I had only driven, I think, 1 or 2 cars. And then everyone was saying, oh yeah, but the dashboards are all the same. I was like, no, I mean, they're all, I don't know. And I kept racing the Honda TCR because that's the car that I started pretty much was only driving that. And then when I started trying other cars, I was like, okay, I see what people are on about. But honestly, I still don't care. Like, I use the interior view. And I don't care, because I'm not looking at the dashboard, I'm trying to look at the road. I know it doesn't look like I'm looking at the road, judging by the amount of times that I go off the track, but I am normally actually trying to look at the road. Every now and then I look at the dashboard to check the gears, because I mess up. But I've got the gears on the left, and I don't look at them, I look at the dash. But my new dash on the Audi, I don't... Yeah, that came wrong a couple of times today. But yeah, that's the only times that I'll look there. Otherwise, I'm trying to look at the road. So I don't really care. But it would be nice to have. Like, I remember even on PS3, Gran Turismo had way better graphics than what we see in Race Room. And that was also back then. I mean, when did GT5 come out? It would have been around this time, give or take a year. So, and that was on a PS3. Yes, it was optimized for the PS3. I know, I get it. But even then, it was a PS3. And the dashboards and that were awesome in a lot of the cars. Yeah, okay, it was running at 30 FPS. I know there's a lot of reasons in there, but still, it was over 10 years ago. Car setup. We don't do car setups because there are no car setups. And even just me, I'm 53, 54 FPS. It's like, what the fuck? Right, let's... I don't know. Let's try a couple of laps. Oh, shit. gonna go off the track anyway. Oh god, this feels a bit different. I should probably put the driving line on. I'm gonna regret not having it on, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. I've never really seen how a Ferrari 296 looks from the inside, so... By the way, do these cars have ABS? I don't remember. Yeah, it would have ABS, otherwise I would have locked up. So, yeah, I shouldn't have braked as much. Because I just extended the braking. Oh well. It's been, what, a month? No, it's been less than a month since I've driven this car and already forgotten how it feels completely. You haven't tested this car? Oh, okay. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun here with a few others when the content came out. It's surprisingly fun. I first drove the GT4 BMW. That was good. Bit of understeer, but it's like all the GT4s I have. And for me, that's actually quite easy, because then I normally brake quite early to the corners. Or into the corners, rather. So I did enjoy that. But then I tried this because everyone was driving it. And yeah, I had a blast with it. Now to drive alone doing hot laps, I don't know how it feels. Not great. Yeah, I should have the driving line on, shouldn't I? Let's see how many times I can crash in a Nordschleife. Yeah, it is very bouncy, yeah. I mean, this is what? It's like a cup car or whatever, isn't it? But it's not that hard to control the bounces. I remember noticing it straight away, and then I was like, ah, okay, actually, you just pay attention and get used to it quickly. Avoid some of the curbs might make the bouncy a little worse. But I don't normally go over them. There is so up there, I don't know the name of the corners. When you're doing this properly, yeah, you can get a little iffy there. But just pretend that there's no jump. Because what the jump does is actually just might make you turn the steering or something. Or brake or whatever when you shouldn't. And that's when you're going to lose control. And down here, yeah, the bouncing is a bit annoying as well. I don't remember how I did this. But I think, yeah, you can do that just lifting. I was doing that just lifting, I'm pretty sure, but that was a few weeks ago. And I did have a fair bit of practice here. I got quite a few hours in during those 3 or 4 days. And I did a lot on a Tourist, which I had never driven the Tourist version. I took that line completely wrong. I'm fine, I'll use the auto. Nah, I want to do with the... I've done this with the Audi a few times. I don't remember what my best time with the Audi was. I wonder if it's on the leaderboards. But it's hard for me to get a clean lap, though. That's the problem with setting the times around there. I think this car has had a few updates since I last drove it. The braking was easy. Oh yeah, we had the change in a thingy. We had all that stuff added, the TC slips and ABS or whatever. Since then, and I mean, I felt that difference even on the other cars that I drive normally, let alone this one. I've driven a lot here, but not on Race Room. So on that week, when the content came out, and I ended up here with a few people from Discord, they were like, "Oh, have you driven here?" And that I was like, "Yeah, I know the track. I know pretty much all the corners, but I'm not used to these cars or Race Room yet. Because in Race Room at the time, I only done maybe 2 to 3 hours here, and then we were driving around here with the GTE cars. That was not... I mean, it was fun once I got the hang of it. I even ended up comparing the BMW to the Porsche, the GTEs. Which I think the BMW may be a little easier to control. Not sure. In the corners, definitely the BMW was easier. The Porsche was not the easiest thing to turn around. Yeah, this is... A lot has changed since I last drove this car. I'm quite glad I didn't register for the event. Are the only... Yeah, the Nürburgring GP circuit. It's a lot easier than this. Because the corners are a lot easier. But here in a Nordschleife, the road is bouncy, the car is bouncy. But to be on a limit is takes some skill. And skill is something I don't have. I wonder if the steering lock is as I left it. Feels like I'm turning a lot, but it might be normal. One of the new cars had like much big steering lock range than most cars normally do. But I don't know if it was this one. Or if I'm getting it mixed up with some other car that I drove that day. Because when we were doing the tourists, I drove like 5 or 6 cars during that session. I mean, we were there for a couple of hours, more than that, even. Also, reading chat doing the Nordschleife is pretty much a no-go. Hey, I'm doing the grass line. The rally line. What gear should I be? This thing has got quite a bit of top speed and acceleration. I remember us having some fun with it. Just turning, it's not so good. Because it doesn't really have the aero. Or suspension. Amongst other things. But you got it on a straight line. And this thing goes. And my legs bloody hurt. That's another thing with doing endurance races. I'm a little too old. And this chair is too shit for that. Now, Are we having a big crash down there? Guess I should probably brake here. Yep. Oh, not there. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, I only upped it by 1 because it was nearly at the max by default. So yeah, so it's exactly as I was using it last time. But I'm struggling a lot more to control it. Yeah, it does, yeah. But obviously in the corners it just doesn't have the aero of a GT3. In fact, you can probably do a corner faster with a GT4 BMW. But then as soon as you put the power down on this thing, it goes. Okay. Apparently I cannot restart session. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, because I was at the start point already. Okay, I didn't realize it will do that. Interesting. Let's put race line for noobs on. I get like, I don't get the frame rate drops, but I get this weird stuttering. Even though I'm the only one here. There's no other cars on this track. This part of the track is quite nice, because you've got smooth asphalt, smooth road. Braking early, that was one of my biggest problems. I was braking too late with this car. Because I can't brake it for shit. The game keeps stopping me from changing gear. So annoying. I don't mind it on the lower gears, but block me from changing from 4th to 3rd. Do that in 4th. It's got weird gearing. I think it's got 7 gear as well, this car, if I remember correctly. Which definitely takes getting used to, and I never really get used to even when I was driving during those few days. I am getting stuttering all over the place. So I did actually get frame rate drops there. Jumper! So I think I might need to touch the brakes on that a bit. Not here. Here we're going flat out. Here we brake a bit. Change gear a bit. Oh, lost it. Pulled left a little bit earlier. And we'll barely have to touch the brakes. It is hard to get that one. Well, for me it is anyway. I lost this car there, and I remember thinking exactly the same thing. The first time I drove it. It's the same as if I'm driving a TCR car. I cannot do that bump with a TCR without slowing down a lot. And this car feels exactly the same. Well, I don't actually know if this car is front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. If it's front-wheel drive, then it makes sense. That's how much I know about the cars. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't. These bits there, kind of fun when you're at the rugged edge. I wanted to change to second gear before, but it didn't let me. It is great. It is so much fun. It's even better when you're racing with others. With the same car, with this car, it's so good. Especially when you see them also getting a bit twitchy and the braking in front of you. Like, ah! Is he gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? It's great. I'd imagine a few cars will not make the end of the race in that 2.4 hour endurance race. I don't know if both races... I think I remember seeing on the on a list thingy, on a schedule, that the top splits were going to be streamed, but I'm not too sure if I was reading properly, because they've got... I think the times overlap a little bit, don't they? Oh wait, maybe this one is 24 minutes and the other one, the GT3 is 2.4. Well, I didn't really check that properly. I mean, I was at work. And I haven't really checked it since. Oh wait, 24 minutes around there will be 2 laps, 3 laps? 916, yeah, 3 laps. Unless you've got the plus lap activated. Yeah, so this one will be 24 minutes then, yeah. I didn't really think about that until about now. I was like, yeah, hold on. So it will make sense that both of them might get streamed. If they do, and I'm still sober and I remember, I might watch it while I've got Le Mans on another screen or the laptop. I think I'll have Le Mans on a laptop just all day. Maybe at night I will switch to the PC so that I can use the headset and not make noise for the neighbors, obviously. And then on Sunday morning, switch back to the laptop. I think that's the plan. Yeah, so it will be a good workout with this car. 3 laps around there. Especially when you're actually racing. Because I'm here, I'm not really pushing that hard, and I don't have to worry about anybody else near me. But when you're racing, it becomes a bit more fun. I think the most I had there, I think, was 8 of us when we had when the content came out, and I was fighting with 2 other drivers early on in a lap, and then halfway through the North Life, it was only me and another driver. And by the time I got here, I think I was pretty much alone. One crashed out, and the other one stayed behind me. Somehow. I always find it quite impressive when I'm not the last one. Which, to be honest, actually, I'm rarely not the last one, but anyway. Good to know there are slower drivers than me. This corner is a pain in the ass to turn, but I remember this time. And I left it. And yeah, it was really good. Trying to hold this thing in a straight line and having to worry about the others around you. It's really good fun. And with more players, I think when I checked this morning, there were like 60 people registered. So that's gonna be what, two lobbies, I guess. There were like 200 and something on the GT3, but not so many people for this one. So obviously this time doesn't count because I did screw it up. But it was still a 924. So... okay. Below 920. Last time I did the fastest was 922. But clearly I've improved a little bit since then. Except I need the driving line, or I need a few more laps without the racing line. Because that first lap was, especially coming from the Audi GT3, trying to get back into this, like whoa. Oh dear. 44 did some people cancel? I swear when I checked this morning for Europe, there were 60 people on it. There's also the chance that I don't really trust myself at all. As you can see by the poor AI Ferrari. So I'd rather not. And I'm not that used with this car. If I do enter competitions, then I will. It is a car that I am at least half decent with. Which at the moment, there's pretty much only the Audi GT3. You want the Civic TCR, but and I haven't driven that already in a few. What are they? The total participants, yeah, okay, so that's across all regions. Oh yeah, maybe I thought it. What was it? I will probably be around Discord anyway, just seeing what I'm about. Even if I'm not watching the race. That depends. If I'm having a couple of beers, might even make it more interesting. Get more involved in chat if I've had a couple of beers. Yeah. I will never be getting that little yellow thingy on. That's for sure. Unless I can hack it. Or unless I pay them to put it on. I don't think even that would work. But yeah. Well, apparently there's 3 people watching. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll call it a day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll be around Discord. That's the worst thing when you're behind someone or you enter a race with the fastest people ahead of you. You're like, okay, I can't really pass them. I'll be faster. Then they crash or one doesn't show up or has a disconnect. Then you're either not there or you did something stupid that you didn't have to. That would have worked out fine if you would just stayed in the race. It always hurts a little. Even in sim racing, it hurts a little. Imagine how it feels for the guy doing an actual endurance race in real life, and then realize, God damn it! If only we had made that little change. Only if we had put fuel in that bloody pit stop. If I didn't take the 1 second risk and didn't do a stop too. Yeah, good fun. Fantastic. Potentially. I'm not sure. Maybe Monday or Tuesday. I can never really plan because sometimes, like yesterday, I came home and I thought I was gonna. I was thinking for the past few hours, even at work, I was like, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stream today, probably do Sepang. And then I got home, had some food, and I was like, nah, I don't feel like streaming. So I didn't even play the game yesterday at all. So yeah, probably Monday or Tuesday, but no guarantees. And I wonder if I'll keep the AI at 95 or maybe try 96 again. I mean, well, yeah, again, I did play with AI 96, but that was with assists a long time ago, like 5-6 months ago, and with driving line and everything. But yeah, it could be fun to try 96 just to see how it is. And then I need to drive something else. I've been driving the GT3 for several weeks now. I haven't driven anything else. So I definitely need to work on that. Oh, back to game. I forgot I was still in that thingy. But yeah, either way, I'm gonna bug it off and get something to eat and go back to watching the Nürburgring 7 hour or 9 hour, whatever it was. I'll run a Twitch chat as usual, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Álvaro Vicente. Not quite Álvaro. What times are people doing in this? It's crazy time. See ya. Okay. Hasta la vista. Oh, Ribeiro. And Ottaviani. Enzo Filipao, Colin, Yuval, Alex. Guys that we normally see racing. Actually, I almost never see Thomas Ribeiro in races these days. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a broadcasted event in ages. I see. Yeah, he's quite quick. Too quick for me. Mate Mekovitz is there as well. Never seen these guys around. Maybe they're just hot lappers. Actually, I think I've seen his name around, but not in actual racing, but on a leaderboard. Luca D'Amico, yeah, recognize the name. Sven Mackenberg. Sebastian Ree, yeah. René Irmer, I've seen this name on leaderboards as well. He's part of the Tugas Racing, yeah. And Sven's brother there. Probably don't recognize anybody else down there. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't, I mean, I can't even drive with my wheel, let alone the gamepad. I did try it. I do have an Xbox controller. Him and that. I tried a couple of times, especially in the evening, like up to this time kind of thing, and even a bit later, because the wheel makes a bit of noise during the night. So I was trying with a controller, but I decided not to keep trying to get used to it because it's taking too long to do. And then I'll need like all the assists on to at least get started and then switch them off as I improve. Otherwise, if at every corner for the first 2 hours, I'd just be going straight through other things. So I kind of gave up on it. Curious to know how it is here. I've got a few, but only one connected to the PC. I've got 2 Xbox controllers, 2 PS5 controllers, and several PS3 controllers. I didn't. I was a fair bit faster on a wheel in Gran Turismo than I was on a controller. I've tried here and I didn't. I did not like it with the Xbox controller at all. Obviously, I didn't put the time into it. I did like a few minutes, a couple of laps, Portimao and somewhere else that I took a car to. Obviously, if you're doing it every day, naturally you'll get better at it. But better than the wheel. Even if I could be faster on a controller than on a wheel, I would still prefer the wheel, just because it's so much more fun. There's no debate there. But regardless, I probably couldn't be. I don't know what inbuilt assists it might have to just the controller. I mean, maybe it does have that. I don't know. And how you can fine tune the controller not to turn too sharp or whatever, you know, wanted. Don't know. I mean, it's like with the PS5 controller. I don't know if you can get the haptic feedback working. Absolutely no idea. But if you can get a decent software that you can really play around with the controllers with the throttle and that, so you can still, for example, not have traction control and not be spinning out like a maniac. Things like that give you a lot more control. Yeah, those things will help. And again, the steering, sensitivities and that. But that's too much effort. Anyway. Yeah, but that's like a one-off case. I don't know how many people in a top 50 are using gamepads. I wouldn't think many. At all. Because, like I said, the other thing as well, it's fun. If you can use a wheel, then we'll use a wheel. I think most people will do that, regardless if it makes them better or not, because it's just more fun. Especially for the average user. Mouse, yeah. I can see how mouse can be quick. Again, you obviously need to get used to it, but you can really have some nice control with the mouse. I've never tried that though. I mean, there's even people fast with keyboard. Certainly a whole lot faster than me, although to be fair, it doesn't take that. But with keyboard, I could drive. There was a game, a mobile game that I was driving. Oh, a Real Racing 3. Yeah, I could just about drive that on keyboard, and even then it was shite. So yeah, with practice, like everything with practice. But with keyboard, like you have very little control. There's no, much in terms of sensitivity that you can mess around with. to have more control. So I don't know how people do it. Hey, if you don't have anything else, like if I was living on a rock somewhere and somebody gave me a keyboard, very old office PC that's just about would run a game like Race Room or even some old game that barely runs or whatever, I will be playing it with a keyboard. Even if it didn't have the key and I had to put like a stick of a wood stick on it to be able to press the button, I would be doing it. Potentially. As a crosshair, oh, I have not seen that actually. That's what I should get, but then I should be driving like I'd need a hacked car, and then I'd have a little red target system on the other cars, and then I'd press another button. Yeah, like the center of my. Oh, this button is not assigned. Interesting. I just realized I have one more button on my steering wheel. Unless it doesn't work. Maybe I tried it before. Yeah, then I press the button. I get a machine gun coming from on the roof of my car. And then I start shooting at others. That would make it so cool. For me, well, not for the other drivers. Doing that at the Nürburgring especially. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, okay, so if I do... Yeah, it does work! How did I fucking forget that I had this key? Okay. It's literally, this will be the horn on Gran Turismo. I completely forgot about that this was a button. Sweet! Alright, and on that note, we're gonna call it a day. That's cool. I could add a traction control or an ABS option. I need to have a look at that. Engine mapping I already have up and down, which I never really use, unless I need to save fuel. I've done that once. It actually might have been with the M2 at Nordschleife where I was running out of fuel. When we were doing 3 laps. Yeah, when we were doing the races, the GTEs normally would make us do a 3rd lap. I think, was it the 3rd lap? No, a 4th lap. Yeah, 4th lap, I think. And I played with the limits a little too much one time, and I had to save fuel a little bit. I'm pretty sure it was with this M2. Anyway, so I've got that. I've got ABS, next ABS, previous ABS, and that's the ones that I've put on a keyboard, which I don't even know. What do you mean KP0? Oh, that's the numbers, right? Yeah, okay. So I've got 0. Oh, it is. So it's delete. Okay. So yeah, but I'm not really gonna use those. Maybe the pit. I should change the pit to this one because it's a lot easier to press. It's a lot harder to miss. And I've missed the pit a few times. The pit limiter. Reset card on here. It's fine. I don't use reset card that much. Anyway, I'll think about it for another time. Thanks for dropping by, Instant, and whoever else is lurking around. And I'll see you. Take care. Oh, there is a thingy somewhere.